me, diversity is the DNA of the arts. A recognition that as a human race we are plural, and we actually celebrate that, because that's what makes us creative, that's what makes us dynamic.
All of an individual's humanity is brought to the fore. We don't try to downplay it. We embrace those distinctions, we celebrate them, and it is in that celebration that we create new experiences that we all benefit from and enjoy together.
Diversity impacts all that we transact in terms of values that we bring into the space and our perception of where knowledge resides.
It takes a lot of time and care and consideration, like looking at a lot of different components in order to make a meaningful impact on the world.
When we see things from different perspectives, we have a richer, deeper, and fuller view of ourselves in the world that is helping to shape us.
I think it's important that students embrace diversity in terms of thought, in terms of making, in terms of how they function, because the world is made up of different ideas, different orientations, different materials. It's made up of different languages. It's made up of a variety of things.
It's important to show students that there are many different ways of being scholars and of being people in the world, of being artists and being activists. So anytime we can demonstrate that in the classroom, any way we can do that by example is great.
And I think the arts can do that in a way that most other things can't do that. Through the arts you can find those places where you agree, where you have commonality, where you just feel like a human being. And when you start to feel another person like a human being, it can cross a lot of different boundaries.
The IR program has brought an incredible amount of diversity to the campus and to specific courses.
Bringing in an outside artist and an outside perspective can really help to cultivate new perspectives and conversations.
It was the first time I had taken a course by someone who was not white.
We've been lucky enough to invite, I think, international artists to this program. People are bringing a whole different variety of perspectives around gender, race, class, ethnicity.
And having that exchange with people from different backgrounds, different lived experiences, different cultures can teach you a lot.
It did introduce me to a variety of people from a variety of different disciplines. Everyone that I met, I wouldn't have met otherwise.
Some of the residencies have brought the arts and the sciences together in wonderful ways.
It's a big experiment for everybody, and a lot of great explorations, and not only in terms of studying nature, but also exploration in how we can develop new relationships between different departments and different researchers on campus, and maybe come up with new ways how to study nature and innovate and bring all that stuff into our own lives.
And so you could have artists working with scientists, you could have engineers working with humanities. The binding force of the activity is an art form.
It attracted students from chemistry, biology, creative writing, from art history, from the art department.
We had geographers, visual artists, theatre majors, graduate students, undergraduate, freshmen, engineers, computer scientists. We had one dancer.
So there was a broad spectrum of minds in the room.
And because people are coming from so many different disciplines and individual backgrounds in terms of identity, it forces you to figure out, where am I coming from and what kinds of preconceived notions am I holding about this person who happens to be a couple decades younger than me, and then realizing, wow, we actually have so much in common. In fact, look at this amazing thing we made together.
These residencies don't just sit in a classroom in the university, but also they are intended to take out the university in the community. And that is something which is very much at the core of the Wisconsin idea, but also it's something which has characterized the division of the arts.
What I really liked is how much we went into the community. It was sort of like mining what exists already here in Madison.
In fact, the final project that we did was at the public library, which was open to the entire Madison community.
The way the arts and music and wanting to express yourselves and be out in the streets in a playful way, it really brought a lot of people together.
So we're getting to share the wealth of the university and having these amazing people on campus by sharing it with the entire community of Madison and beyond, by inviting them to events that we're holding or doing things that are actually happening out in the community in public spaces, and offering people all ages, all levels to have interactions with these world-class artists.
That means something because we acknowledge that it isn't just about the people who are here for the 4, 6, or 7, 8 years, depending on if it's your master's or PhD, but it's about improving the quality of the lived experiences of the residents of Wisconsin, the people right here in Dane County.
We know from the documentation that we have and also from the results and the feedback we get from students, especially the work itself that they do, it does facilitate the plurality of interests and background.
And again, there's nothing more powerful in my estimation than the experiential learning processes that all of the art disciplines provide for our students and also our faculty, the people who are sharing, because it's a two-way street.
We were all part of the same kind of learning process, instructors and students. We were one and the same. We were learning along with them, being guided by these world experts who came to talk to us about their own experiences and their own careers.
I think all of us have very different ideas about different things, and that dynamic allowed us to have a more open mind, and it created tolerance and cultural understanding that I didn't have before.
They've opened new spaces which were previously closed down, and I think that's what's been really powerful and will live on with them.
That diverse environment is essentially what makes decent human beings.
I wish my body was illuminated by light so I could fight the fright that is behind the dark of my eyes.
The vibrancy of the Artist in Residence program and other diversity efforts on campus are crucial to the strength and the vitality of this institution.